I would like to request Dr. Naveen Vermani, from Associate Professor from IMS Ghaziabad, kindly come on the podium to say few words. Dr. Naveen Vermani.
Thank you, ma'am. So at the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Binay and other organizing committee members for giving me this valuable opportunity. Can I have a presentation? Yeah. Okay, so I think most of the audience is students only, right? Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. So how many of you have heard about Atmanirbhar Bharat? Like this vision is there, PM vision, Atmanirbhar Bharat. I think many of us and almost all of us. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So can anyone tell me like what is vision? Like we are talking about this topic PM vision. There are two words which are there. One is vision and other is mission. So can anyone tell me what is difference between these, vision and mission? I think everyone has heard about this thing. Let us make this talk interactive, right? So instead, like it is a one-way communication. I want you also to respond, right? So if you'll see this PM vision, right? There are two words, vision and mission. Can anyone tell me difference? What is vision and what is mission? Vision is a long-term goal, right? And mission is?
To complete the long-term goal, we make short-term goals, that is called mission.
Right. So you are right, like, mission, like you are saying it is a long-term goal. For example, being a student, I say that you want a good placement in a company, right? So what is your vision? Vision is getting a good job in a company. That is your vision, right? And what is mission? Mission is what steps you are taking. What steps you are taking to make it, compatible, to make it, as per the requirement of the company. What steps you are taking? For example, you are working on your communication skills, you are working on your group discussion skills, you are working on your analytical skills, critical thinking skills, right? So these are what? These are the mission, right? So if you'll see this, the 5 pillars of self-reliant India, right? Self-reliant, self-dependent India, right? If you'll see our Prime Minister PM Narendra Modi ji, right? He is much more focusing on what? He is focusing on self-dependent India, right? So he is focusing on exports rather than imports, right? So everyone knows that, these 5 pillars, if you'll see economy, right? So it is in economy, there is a quantum jump which is required, right? What is the meaning of quantum jump? There is a radical change which needs to be there. What is the meaning of radical change? Radical means drastic change, right? Drastic change which is required, right? Instead of incremental jumps, so there will be a radical change if you'll see any of the sector. For example, if I talk about healthcare sector, if I talk about, let us say, manufacturing, right? Construction sector, there is a drastic change, right? So like Dr. Binay was mentioning, right? So there is a drastic change, and India is going to be how many trillion economy by 2030? Any idea? How much trillion economy by 2030? What is the vision? 5 or 6?
We are trying to reach at 5.
5, right? So 5 trillion economy, right? So if you'll see about the infrastructure, right? If you'll see about the infrastructure, there is a investment of 10,000 lakh crores, right? So 10,000 lakh crores India is going to invest in infrastructure. If you'll see, and if you'll see the technology, right? Technology has a drastic role. It is a very important role the technology is going to play. I think everyone has heard about technology, how the things are changing.
Yes, sir.
Right. So what are the new technologies? The new technologies are AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, metaverse, right? Cloud computing, big data, cyber security, blockchain, right? 3D printing, additive manufacturing. So all these are very new and upcoming technology, and it has a very major role in improving the GDP in developing the country, right? And if you'll see what are the bold reforms are in supply chain, the bold reforms are in each and every sector which are there, right? Next slide, please. So how many of you have heard about this word Industry 4.0? Industrial Fourth Revolution. No idea? No one has heard about this? Industrial Fourth Revolution. Okay, on only one. Okay. So right now, if you'll see, we are living in this Industry 4.0 landscape. Right? What is Industry 4.0? Industry 4.0 is Industrial Fourth Revolution, right? Even nowadays, we are also talking about the Industrial Fifth Revolution. So what happened in industrial, prior to this, there were already 3 revolutions that has already occurred, right? So if we'll see about the scenario, next slide please. So if we'll see this slide, right, history of industrial revolution. So when these industrial revolutions were started long back in 1760s, 1780s. You know, in 1780s, before 1780s, what happened is there was no power, there was no electricity, right? So what happened? Only steam power was there. How many of you have heard about who invented a steam engine? Have you heard about James Watt, scientist? James Watt, right? So, you know, during that era, steam engine was introduced, steam power was introduced. Before that, even steam power was also not there. So 1760, if you will talk about, you know, product variety, product volume and innovativeness was very less. Nowadays, you can imagine that, you know, you are going to the market and you are getting so many variants of mobiles, so many variants of car which are available, right? But before that, you know, only limited variety, volume and innovativeness was there, right? And after that, you know, what happened in industrial second revolution? Electricity came into the picture, right? Electricity came into the picture and it led to the tremendous increase in product variety, volume and innovativeness. And you know, there was a lead time. What is lead time? Time between placing the order and receiving the goods. For example, you are ordering something on Amazon, right? And you are getting your product after 10 days or after 15 days. So that is called what? Lead time. So if you will ask your, you know, most of you, like if you will ask your grandfather or father, you know, during 1980s also, the lead time was very, very high, right? But nowadays you can see, if you want the car, for example, if I say, for example, S-Cross or any variants of the car, just you make the payment and the car will be there at your doorstep. But earlier that was not the scenario. What was the scenario? The people were ordering the things, right? And they were getting the product after 8 months, after 6 months, right? I think many of you, sir, maybe you know this thing, like lead time was appreciated, very, very pretty high. Maybe Chobe sir, you will agree. Right. So after, you know, second revolution, what happened in third revolution? Like, you know, computers, electronics, automation, VLSI. What is VLSI? Very large scale integration, right? So these concepts came into the picture and it led to the, again, tremendous increase in the product variety, volume and innovativeness. And after that, in fourth industrial revolution, right? So we are talking about the HR, right? Human resources, how the things are going to change. What impact will it have on the, for example, you know, human workers, on the upcoming jobs, right? Because you as a youth, right, you should be very, very much focused. What are the skill sets which are required after 2 years or after 4 years, right? So nowadays we are talking about, what is IoT? Anyone has heard about IoT? Internet of Things, right? Internet of Things, right? So you are correctly saying Internet of Things. So these technologies are coming. Cyber physical system. What is the meaning of cyber physical system? For example, cyber means the internet, the wireless network which are there. And for example, these chairs you can assume as a machines, right? And now these machines are equipped with the IoT sensors. So whatever data is generated, it is sent over wireless network. For example, Ratan Tata, he is sitting in UK and he wants to see the production. What is the production capacity of the Mumbai plant or Jamshedpur Tata Steel plant? So every machines are equipped with a sensor, with the smart technologies, that the data is generated continuously, you know. Every second, how much data is generated on LinkedIn? Every day, every minute, every second, how much data is generated on Facebook? So every data is, you know, useful information for the companies. So like I was saying, the machines, the chair you can assume as a machine. So these machines are continuously generating data, and Ratan Tata can see what is the productivity level of each and every machine, of each and every worker which are there, right? So cyber physical system which are there. And now even, you know, new concept which is coming is Industry 5.0, right? What is Industry 5.0? Industrial fifth revolution. So it is a very, very new concept. If you'll see the countries across the globe, they are putting so much investment on research and development, so much focus on this Industry 5.0, Industry 4.0, right? And even I was interacting with one of the professor from US few months back, right? So I was asking the same question to him also, like, what is the status? How much, you know, what is the status of implementing of these technology in US? So he was saying, you know, right now if you'll see, no country has implemented this Industry 4.0 fully. But yes, still we are in the pathway. We are in the, you know, on the way to implement these technologies, right? Maybe it will take some time for our country also to implement fully this technology. But yes, this is the upcoming, you know, the scenario which is coming. How many of you have heard about Mark Zuckerberg? Mark Zuckerberg, I think everyone has heard Mark Zuckerberg. So who is Mark Zuckerberg? Founder of Facebook, right? And You know, if you will see the Mark Zuckerberg, right, at his home, he has a one application which is called Zarvis. What is Zarvis? Zarvis. This is the complete alphabet which are there in the word Zarvis. Have you heard about Zarvis? So Mark Zuckerberg has Zarvis at his home. So what is the Zarvis? Zarvis is one application which is completely based on these technologies, you know, IoT, cyber physical system, AI. So for example, he is sitting at this table, right, and he wants this light to be on. So what he will say is, Zarvis, switch on this light. So lights will automatically get on, right? That is Zarvis. For example, he is sitting here and he wants some LCDs there on this wall, right? And he will say, Zarvis, switch on this LED. LED will switch on. Switch on the heater in the washroom. Heater will get, you know, switched on. Switch off this, for example, stove, microwave in the kitchen. It will get switched off. So everything is, you know, connected using IoT devices. And that is the, you know, scenario which is coming, right? Even if you will see the refrigerators which are coming, for example, Haier. I think everyone has heard about the company Haier. Haier, if you'll see Samsung or LG, these refrigerators are coming, right? So if you'll see, for example, you are outside somewhere and you want the Apple to be there. Once you reach home, you want Apple to be there at your home, right? So what you can do is, there are so many refrigerators nowadays which are there. By using app, right, before reaching home, you can see how many apples are there in your refrigerator. That you can see, right? So what is the advantages? Advantages on real time. You are seeing the information the moment you will reach home. For example, there are no apples, so in the midway or in the way itself, you can purchase the apples before reaching home, right? So that is the advantage. In real time information you can control using all these, you know, devices which are there, right? Next slide, please. So this, you know, slide again talks about in detail about all these things. So AI, how the things are coming, metaverse. Metaverse, I think also you have heard about metaverse, right? 3D avatar, we are talking about 3D avatar. For example, you want to be there in US. How the US experience will look like, you know, how you will feel, haptic technologies, right? Virtual reality, augmented reality, right? You want to be in virtual world. Virtual world means it is a artificial world which are there. For example, you want to get the experience how you will enjoy in roaming in US or UK or in Germany, in other countries, right? So that also you can analyze using these, you know, technologies, metaverse, virtual reality, augmented reality, right? Next slide, please. So today itself I was going through, you know, some of the news of World Economic Forum, like what will be the top skills, right, which will be required in this scenario 2027 or some upcoming era, right? So if we'll see, all these are the, you know, top 20 skills which will be required in 2027. So being a, for example, you know, student, most of you, like, you're there, right? So these are the top skills which are required. Critical thinking, right? Analytical thinking. What is the meaning of critical thinking? Any idea what is critical thinking? What is critical thinking? Any idea? Yes.
Critical thinking is about taking a strong decision at a very real time aspect.
Real time already some, you know, devices, automatic devices are there, right? Critical thinking.
Technically at very critical stages of life.
Critical stages of life, or
In business.
just yes, business also, right? So, you know, critical thinking, please sit. So critical thinking, you know, very much required, how the things are working, how you can improve the process, right? How you can enhance the, for example, some products, right? Critical thinking. And one more concept which is very much evolving nowadays is called design thinking, right? Design thinking, if you see this other point which is called empathy. Any idea about empathy? Empathy means, you know, putting yourself in the shoes of the customers. What is empathy? Empathy is putting yourself in the shoe of the customer. For example, I want any cell phone to purchase, right? So what I am looking in cell phone, whether I am looking for the good megapixel camera, whether I am looking for the good, you know, battery backup, or, you know, the appearance, aesthetics which is there, right? So putting yourself in the shoe of the customer and what customer actually need, right? That is called basically empathy, right? So these are the skills which are required. Curiosity, right? Lifelong learning. And there is one more word which is called perseverance. How many of you have heard about this word perseverance? Perseverance. Have you heard about it or not? No idea perseverance? What is perseverance? Perseverance means, continuous effort. For example, if you are doing something, obviously there are roadblocks in the pathway, right? There is no thing which is without any hurdle. I think everyone has heard about this idiom also, no pain, no gain. Yes or no? So to get anything, you have to put effort, right? Effort is much more required, right? And what is perseverance? Perseverance means whatever the roadblocks are there, whatever the setbacks, whatever the barriers or challenges are there, right? You should not take the step back, right? Rather, you should put continuous efforts to achieve that, right? Your goals and objectives. That is perseverance. So networks and cybersecurity again very, very, prominent area which is coming. Cybersecurity, I think everyone has heard about cybersecurity. Even if you'll see, the AIMS, I think everyone has heard about the AIMS, right? AIMS. So if we'll see, around 2 years back, right? So what happened is AIMS data was hacked, and around 3 crores patient data was hacked. And what, these hackers have demanded, they have demanded approximately 2500 CR, 2500 crores rupees, right? And if you'll see, all these hackers, and everyone knows hackers, all these viruses are created, these are artificial created, these are not, a natural phenomena. These are created to steal the information for the data breaches, right? And the hackers have demanded 2500 CR rupees in the form of blockchain, this Bitcoin, right? So cybersecurity, that's why I'm saying if you'll see cybersecurity again, it is a very, very prominent area which require much more focus, and obviously you can build up if someone has, a passion towards programming, towards coding, right? They can build up their career towards that also. Resilience, flexibility and agility, again a very, very much required. What is agility? Agile, I think everyone has heard about this word, agile. So what is the meaning of agile? As the new technologies and the new things are coming, how much you are agile? Agile means with what frequency, right? You can make changes. With what frequency you can make changes so as to make it compatible as per the industry compliance or standards, right? That is the meaning of agility, right? And then motivation and self-awareness, AI, big data, right? Already if you see artificial intelligence, these things are coming, right? Very much coming. Then talent management, then system thinking, curiosity and lifelong learning. So lifelong learning, again, it is a very, very much required, like for example, right now you are doing your either graduation or post graduation. So you cannot say that after 2 years the things will become stagnant. If you'll see technology, it is a highly dynamic. If you'll see after 2 years new more concept will come. Today we are talking about AI machine learning, maybe after 2 years or 3 years some new technology will come, right? After 5 years again some new technology, then 10 years down the line again some new technology. So accordingly, as the market is dynamic, accordingly we have to make changes, right? We have to do continuous learning. If you'll see, for example, myself, I am also a learner, right? Learning never stops. It is a lifelong learning, right? So we always say, the moment we stop learning, the person is dead, right? So to keep ourselves alive, it is very much required to upgrade ourselves, to upgrade as per the new trends which are there. Next slide, please. So these are the 11 pillars of technology advancements: horizontal, vertical integration, IIoT, right? Industrial Internet of Things, right? Again, it is a very much similar concept with the Industry 4.0, right? Artificial intelligence, then cloud, right? If we'll see, Netflix, I think everyone is using Netflix, mostly the young generation, Netflix, right? If you'll see about the Netflix, if you'll see about the AWS, like Amazon Web Service, right? If you'll see this, these companies, right? Netflix, everyone is storing their data on the cloud, right? Instead of purchasing servers, all these companies are purchasing they are keeping their data on cloud, right? So from the cloud, whenever it is required, it can be accessed. For example, here in India, you are having laptop, right? And you have some files in D drive or E drive, right? And now you do not want to carry your laptop to US or Germany or any other country. You are traveling, right? So you need not to carry your laptop. Only you need your cloud storage account, user ID and password. This thing only you required. The moment you travel to Germany, you can just log in with your user ID and password, and you can access all the data. Is it clear? So why? Because every data, whatever you are having on your laptop, it is stored in cloud, and you can access all the data from any part of the world, right? That is the meaning of cloud. If you say cloud computing, all these things, again, very, very emerging concept, and it has a huge opportunities for the budding managers, right? So big data analytics, autonomous robots, even if we are talking about, even if you'll see, robots, these are even coming in nowadays in healthcare also. So instead the doctor is operating on the patient, robots are operating the patients, right? Robotic surgeries are there. I think everyone has heard about this robotic surgery. So what happens, in some instances, I will not say in most of them, in some instances what happens is, even I have seen in news also many times, what happened is doctors has operated on the patient and they forgot the seizure in the stomach of the patient. And after that they have operated again to take out the seizure. So these, things are, sometimes it happens. For example, doctor was supposed to operate on the right eye and he has operated on the left eye of the patient. Doctor was supposed to operate on the right leg, but by mistake he has operated on the left leg, right? So these things are coming, and if you'll see, all these technologies, like whether it is AI or machine learning, right? How the machine is learning. For example, you have some reports. What happens? For example, someone is, visiting to a doctor and doctor is not able to recognize what disease the patient is having. So nowadays there are so many softwares, there are so many, artificial intelligence, machine learning, these algorithms are available. For example, patient is having X-rays, or he's having, for example, some MRI, reports are there, or CT scan reports are there. So the moment it is fed into the system, these reports are fed into the system will tell what disease the patient is having, right? So for example, being an individual, another application, being an individual, someone wants to see whether I am much more susceptible to the heart attack or not. So the person can see, the system will tell whether the person is going to have heart attack after 2 years or not. So what is the advantage? The advantage is, before this problem is arising to a patient, right? Before the actual problem is arising to the patient, some precautionary steps can be taken, right? For example, someone is knows that after 2 years or after 1 year, I am going to get some failure, maybe heart attack. So it is better, to visit to a doctor and take some medicine so that disease can be prevented, right? Next slide, please. So these are the benefit, right? Actually, now I will quickly wind up this, right? Because there are other speaker also, right? Although I can speak on this, for a couple of hours, because it is much more, close to my heart, these topics, right? So Industry 4.0, if we'll see about the, the benefits, like knowledge sharing, improved decision making, reduce cost, right? It is very, very self-explanatory, right? If we'll see. And how many of you have heard about SDG, Sustainable Development Goals? Okay, only 1 or 2. If you'll see, again, government is focusing much more on the SDG. What is SDG? Sustainable Development Goals. If you'll see, total in our country, total 17 Sustainable Development Goals are there, including zero poverty, zero hunger, right? Responsible production and consumption, right? And even on net zero also. What is net zero?
What is the carbon emission to zero?
Yes, carbon emissions, right? Carbon neutrality, right? Again, it is a very, very, upcoming trend. Even if you'll see BRSR, government has make it mandate to conserve our environment, and there is a BRSR. What is BRSR? Business responsibility and sustainable reporting, right? So government has make it mandate for the, different, at least top 500 or 1000 companies to file this BRSR report. So what they are doing, how much pollution emissions are there, and even there is a much more, upcoming trend, which is there is carbon trade finance, right? You can go in detail about this, right? So ESG, what is ESG? Environmental, social governance, right? Next slide, please. So there was one video, I will share this slide with you. You can see this video also, right? Because of paucity of time, I will not take much of the time. Next. Next. This I already have discussed. What is the advantages of this? Next. So this, actually, I want to, again, I will take 1 or 2 minutes time, right? So if you'll see, you know, artificial intelligence in HR specifically, right? Because the theme is very much aligned with the HR, human resources, right? So if you'll see, being a HR professional, you know, what is happening nowadays? For example, being a HR leader or HR professional, for example, some CVs are coming to HR professional, right? So instead, you know, there is a manual screening. Nowadays, there is a AI also. Again, you know, technology has, you know, touched each and every domain. So instead, there is a manual screening. Technology itself, there are so many sophisticated softwares which are there. You just put the, for example, the screening criterias, like for example, you know, BTech or for example MBA, right? So these criterias are being fed into the system, and system itself will automatically screen the CVs, right? So AI systems are there, and even, you know, I was going through one more latest news. What is happening is, so in the upcoming scenario, what will happen is, instead of interviewer, he will take the interview. You know, the system itself, they will take the interview, and they will judge. They will judge whatever the interview, you know, the person is, the candidate is speaking, whatever the skill sets the person is having. The system itself will judge all the things, right? And even employee attrition. What is the meaning of employee attrition? Employee attrition means changing the job from one job to another. If you'll see, you know, what is happening nowadays is, in companies, the people are changing jobs so much frequently, right? To get salary hikes, or sometimes, you know, some other reasons can be there, right? So even, for example, you have some organization, you are working as a HR leader, right? And you want to know which employee is going to change the job, right? So based on the data, for example, employees taking leave so much frequently, employee performance is not up to the mark. So based on some certain parameters, you can evaluate what is the prospective employees and which are the employees which are going to leave the company, right? So again, employee attrition rate, the AI system can monitor, right? So is it clear what I'm saying? So AI system again can evaluate all, you know, all these kind of systems, right? Okay, thank you. I think remaining slides are the other, touching the other areas, finance and other areas, right? So I will share these slides, and in case you want to discuss anything, I will be much more enthusiastic and interested to answer your queries, right? Thank you so much.